And welcome to the College of the Sequoias. My name is Brent Calvin, and the luckiest man in any room because I get to serve as the president at my alma mater, the College of the Sequoias. Welcome. It promises to be a fun evening, and we're glad you're here to share it with us. Tonight I have a couple of jobs. The first is to do pretty much what I just did, welcome you here to our school. And then the second is to give you a little context and guide for what we're going to be doing here tonight. But first, I just wanted to thank, first of all, our students for everything they pour into this event, as well as our faculty and staff, which I'm going to thank by name here momentarily. But I also want to thank you, loved ones, friends, family members, for all the support and encouragement you provide these students. Study after study shows how important it is for our students to not only be engaged with their work on a college campus, but also have a special connection with their friends and so forth. So it's really, really important that they forge those relationships, and that has definitely happened in this department. So thank you so much for coming out in support of this event. It promises to be a fun evening, and we're glad you're here to share it with us. So I've got a script, and I'll just read most of it. Tonight's show is entitled Decades, and you'll see why momentarily. But you're going to enjoy a student-run show where the students design, produce, and find models for their clothing designs. The College of Sequoias Fashion Department began in 1942. I was just starting in that year. It is thriving more than ever with 19 course offerings, students who have transferred to the Fashion Institute of Technology in New York, the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising in Los Angeles, as well as Cal State Long Beach and Cal State LA's fashion and design programs. This student-led fashion show would not be possible without the endless support of Tiffany Wainwright, the fashion department lead faculty member, as well as her incredibly talented colleagues, Marilyn Cheney, Brenda Steffen, Juanita Cairns, Mary Vargas, Lindy Fox, and Michelle Gilbert. Now, before we begin the fashion show, we'd like to show you a quick video that tells you a little bit about our Giant Threads program, which was created by the fashion department. Giant Threads is an above and beyond project, completely ran by our fashion department, which provides professional clothing to any student who's preparing for an interview or a professional conference. Please, roll the video.
Giant Threads is kind of a one-stop shop that we use for our nursing students to give them a business professional outfit.
They have a variety of clothes that we can pick, and you get to pick your own outfit, what sizes you want, what type of shirt you want. When I went to my conference, they helped me pick a whole outfit.
I heard about a work experience for ProU, and they helped me get in contact with Giant Thread so that I would be ready for my interview and have an outfit. And I remember feeling super nervous the night before. In the morning when I put my outfit on, I felt super confident and I felt the nerves go away. The interview went very well, and I ended up getting hired, and I've been working at ProU now.
The trailer is amazing. It was a great starting point for us, but we really were outgrowing the space, and now we are in Giant Thread's new space, so we actually are a storefront.
Giant Threads has been a great resource for us. They have a place where they can go and not worry about buying a business professional outfit, and it's all taken care of.
Not everyone might have access to having a nice outfit. Having Giant Threads, you get to have an outfit, and you even get to take it home for any future interviews and presentations you may have.
I feel like Giant Threads is just like a huge level up for people and help for people.
Thanks, Giant Threads, for getting our students dressed professionally for the workforce.
I've seen that video like 50 times, and I still get chills when our student says she went from super nervous to super comfortable or super excited. Just shows the power of feeling good and looking good and going in there and crushing that job interview or whatever. So hats off to this entire department and the Giant Threads program. Now I'd like to introduce Marilyn Cheney, who will tell you a little bit more about Giant Threads and then transition us through the decades. Marilyn.
our Giant Threads models. The Giant Threads mission statement, as Brent Calvin told you, is to provide COS students with free professional business clothing that they can use for a job interview, a job fair, a networking event, or a new job. Our goal is to empower students to create their best first impression. COS Giant Threads is a free service that services all 3 campuses. Thank you, Giant Threads models. My name is Marilyn Cheney, and I'm the instructor for intermediate and advanced sewing, as well as working on the fashion show with Tiffany Wainwright, our fearless leader of our small but mighty fashion department, who's sick in bed today in spite of all attempts to be here. I'm relatively new to COS, having recently relocated to Visalia from Los Angeles, where I started my career decades ago as a fashion designer and 30 plus years as a specialty costume fabricator for film, television, and theme parks. Now I have the privilege of instructing these talented COS fashion students. Welcome. Fashion 160 is a basic sewing and clothing construction class. Students learn how to read a basic pattern and complete a sewing sample workbook while also constructing several projects throughout the semester. The apron project is one of the favorite examples of beginning sewing, with many fun and colorful fabric choices by the students. Other projects in this class include a lined tote bag, pajama shorts, and a scrub top. We hope to see many of these students on stage again at next year's fashion show. Thank you, 160 students and models. Fashion 161 is the second semester study of the principles of clothing construction. Students complete intermediate level projects, including a kimono robe and button-up shirt, as well as dabbling in knit fabrics and upcycling. Today are our intermediate robes, one of the favorite projects. Your students dive in right away, learning many new sewing techniques and utilizing different types of machines to construct their vibrant, lively creations. It is in this class that the students really start to collaborate and learn with each other. some creative design choices. We have a lot of it. You'll see many of these students featured later in the show in the Student Designer Showcase. Thank you to the 161 Road Parade. Fashion 162 is third semester advanced clothing construction, where students apply advanced sewing techniques to construct garments using commercial patterns. They gain an understanding of fabrics, make alterations, and apply embellishments to complete a final ensemble project, which we have two amazing examples of tonight. The first ensemble look is designed and built by Jamie Hobbs. Her love of Renaissance and fantasy silhouettes, as well as interest in historical quotes, was the inspiration behind this beautiful ensemble, including the jewelry and the accessories. I have been fortunate enough to have Janie as a student in all three levels of COS sewing classes, and you will see her later again in our Student Designer Showcase. Our second look we are featuring is a four-piece historical look, plus a hat, created by Mario Novello Alonso. Mario's love for history and Spanish conquistadors and enthusiasm for challenging himself through his sewing pushed him to create this ambitious final project. His excitement about sewing and support of every student in his sewing classes has made him our department's mightiest cheerleader. Thank you, 162 designers. We are very proud this year to feature COS student entrepreneurs Emma Unruh and Brendan Denny in our show this year. They are currently both busy, active students who are also creating their own paths with successful businesses in the community related to their studies within the COS fashion department. Emma Unruh is currently a sophomore with Monarch River Academy and has been taking dual enrollment courses at COS since August 2023. Emma started a business called the Buffalo Bling last fall after finishing the intermediate sewing class at COS. She hand makes custom rodeo shirts, both children and adult sizes, with the goal of helping rodeo athletes express their individuality inside and outside of their ring. Featured are 6 of her creations for Buffalo Bling. Emma plans on getting an AST in business marketing and joining the Texas Tech rodeo team while earning her degree there. We know we will be seeing great things from Emma in the future. Thank you, Emma. Brendan Originals was created during 2020 2021 when Brendan started selling face masks that he taught himself how to sew. It now has grown into custom one-of-a-kind pieces and costume design for local theater productions. He has costume shows such as Cinderella and West Side Story and is currently working on Legally Blonde. Featured is an ensemble Brendan designed, built, and performed in Rock of Ages at the Encore Theater in Tulare. Also featured are 3 designs from a local production of Beauty and the Beast. And finally, Maria from his most recent production of West Side Story. Brendan is planning on getting his fashion degree at FIT or FIDM after completing his COS classes. We will eagerly be watching Brendan's many successes going forward. Thank you, Brendan. You can get more information about both Emma and Brendan through the COS Fashion Department, as well as following them both on Instagram. Thank you, Emma and Brendan. In Fashion 271, our fashion show production class, fashion merchandising and design students join forces to explore the processes and procedures of producing a fashion event. Students participate in the production of all facets of the show, including choosing a theme, music and lighting, marketing and promotion, model selection, styling, and backstage management. The student designers contributing to this showcase have put in countless hours independently designing, constructing, fitting, and finishing to create the looks and collections you are about to see, while also participating extensively in the production aspect of the show itself. We are very proud to present Decades. Karen Yanez. Looking back to the year 20 BC, designer Karen Yanez showcases modern features inspired by Cleopatra's attributes. Dedicated to fashion sustainability, she incorporates both new and upcycled fabrics, materials, and garments throughout her collection. Karen's looks are inspired and designed to uplift all of the hardworking women throughout the decades. Embellishments and details, such as the screen printing that Karen executed on these garments, run throughout her work. Karen is a COS Fashion Department veteran, having presented a recycled denim collection in last year's show, while looking for ways to intermediate and advanced sewing. is known best for her upbeat, positive approach to all of the projects and her fellow classmates. Thank you, Karen. Miranda Sewell. Miranda is modeling their own design, inspired in part by the working class clothes of the 1890s, melded with the local road trip. The mountains that surround the Central Valley, including the green and brown colors of nature, help motivate their designs. Their love of detail work and use of interesting fabrics is evident in their ensemble this year, which includes the hat and gloves constructed by Miranda as well. Having watched Miranda participate in 3 consecutive fashion shows, I'm so proud of their growth and confidence as a designer and builder. Thank you, Miranda. Shane Bowley. Shane was inspired to create a 1940s menswear look because the fashion of this period is often forgotten, as it was overshadowed with the global turmoil of World War II. The pilot uniforms of the era specifically influenced his take on the utilitarian silhouettes of functional, detailed construction of war-era menswear. Shane's quiet persistence in mastering construction techniques and designs has elevated his skills in the one short year he has been in my classes to a level that gained him acceptance into FIT in New York next fall. Majoring in menswear design. Thank you, Shane. Vivi Lopez Madrid. Vivi's inspiration for this medieval era rectangle kirtle stems from her love for historical fashion. The name comes from the fact that it only uses rectangles and triangles cut from rectangles and was the most popular method of constructing dresses in the 1100s. Wearing a look recreating the Regency period of 1810 is our designer model, Vivi. Evening gowns during this time were often cut with as tiny of a bodice as could be managed and fitted to the bust using gathers. It is common to have paneled skirts with contrasting colors, slight trains, and puff sleeves. A lot of iconic Disney movies came out in the 1950s, and Vivi used that as a jumping off point for this cheerful mid-century ensemble. Everything in a woman's wardrobe had to match, whether she was at home or out on the town. Vivi is a self-professed fashion historian and nerd, and this is evident in her attention to many different period details in her 3 ensembles. Thank you, Vivi. Janie Hobbs. Janie is our designer model of this fun 1950s dress, inspired by the silhouettes of this decade that she has always loved. The first article of clothing she ever sewed was a skirt that she made for Easter with her grandmother, which has inspired her to make this dress for Easter this year, paying respects to her grandmother who passed away in January. Jamie's quiet determination and wonderful attitude, even when dealing with circular sleeve hems and wonky knit fabrics, has made her a joy to have in all of her COS fashion classes. Thank you, Jamie. Joella Haley. Joella's garment was inspired by the hourglass shape of iconic 50s silhouettes. Originally not enrolled in the fashion show class, some not so difficult nudging from teachers and classmates encouraged her to jump in and create this beautiful look for the show. In addition to the work involved for her in spring semester's advanced sewing class, Joella is a dual enrollment high school student whose hard work and discipline have made her soar in her sewing classes. Hopefully we will see her in next year's show as well. Thank you, Joella. Genevieve Brown. Model designer Genevieve Brown is inspired by the evening wear of the 1860s, as well as drawing inspiration from nature and the colors surrounding us each day. Another dual enrollment high school student, Genevieve was one of our most prepared for the show this year. She challenged herself to finish her garment ahead of time, including all of the hand-applied organza flowers in time to wear it to her prom a few weeks ago, where she told me she felt like a princess. I look forward to seeing what Genevieve can create next year for our spring 2025 fashion show. Thank you, Genevieve. Melissa Inostros. Melissa's designs were inspired by her love for the silhouettes and fabrics used during the 1970s, as well as glam rock music of the time period. Her appreciation for the gender fluidity and flamboyance of the 1970s is evident in her design and fabric choices. Our model designer Melissa's androgynous designs are a great reflection of 1970s fashion as well as her own personal style sense. fashion show, and she continues to grow and develop as a designer with a strong sense of personal style. Thank you, Melissa. Mary Vargas. Mary was inspired by the dramatic changes happening everywhere during the 1960s. This was a time when women were breaking the mold of conformity and redefining the American woman. A time of fun, daring, innovative, and experimental designs using bold colors and synthetic fabrics. Mary started her journey with one sewing class at COS 2 years ago. She will be graduating this spring with an AA degree in fashion merchandising and design, and is a pivotal part in our Giant Threads program as well as the fashion show. As both a repeat producer and this year as a designer. She also has her two beautiful daughters as her models today. Thank you, Mary. Sally Cervantes. Sally's collection was inspired by 2000 futurism, industrial music, cyber goth, and mall goth. Designer model Sally's career goal is to create their own alternative plus-size fashion brand, emphasizing plus-size inclusivity. They are hoping to transfer to FIT to continue their fashion education. Thank you, Sally. One more time. Mario Novello Alonso. Mario's striking piece for the fashion show is his vest, which was inspired from an original modern art painting, as well as his love for vibrancy and color. He recreated elements of the painting to design and create for his vest, as well as a decorative element on the back of the shirt. He created both the pants and the shirt as part of his advanced sewing projects this semester. For the show, Mario has become the master of all buttonholes. Now you can wonder what's Mario's next challenge. Thank you, Mario. Manal Alamsi. Manal's second fashion show appearance took her inspiration from the glamour of old Hollywood. The 1930s are considered the golden age of Hollywood, her reason for choosing this era. actresses of this era wore stunning gowns, hair, and makeup. The women literally sparkled. Although the silhouettes of the gowns were quite simple, there was an extravagance to them that made the starlets shine. Through this collection, Manal succeeded in recreating this shine. Manal's kind, quiet nature and determination to always push herself will be greatly missed at COS when she graduates this summer. Thank you, Manal. And one more time. Brendan Denny. Brendan's striking collection was inspired by the iconic fashions of the 1990s, hinting at those famous silhouettes of the iconic movies and runways we admire to this day. His choice to use only blue to showcase these styles while mixing up textures and fabrics creates a collection full of impact and drama. Attention to minute details as well as dramatic fabric choices are a constant thread in Brendan's work. It is obvious that challenging him to try tackling tailoring and high fashion instead of costume for this year's show was one Brendan embraced wholeheartedly. Now, what do we think we will see from him in spring? Thank you, Brendan. We'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of our wonderful models. And give it up for our very talented designers. We'd also like to thank our backstage student production team and helping behind the scenes. And we would also like to thank the theater department for the use of the theater and help making the show run smoothly. It seems like we have hit a little bit more every year, and that's exciting for us. Additional thanks to the backstage fashion faculty, my friends backstage that have helped manage all of this and help all the students. Thank you so much for coming to our show, and we hope to see you again next year. Woo!